when I was in high school, there was a gang of bullies, punks. There was 3 or 4, I believe 3, and I was in woodworking class, and they would always bully me, and they bully people that wouldn't fight back or wouldn't do anything to them. And they would constantly, if you took it, they would constantly, be on you more and more and more. And I had complained to the teacher that, these kids are bullying me, and he more or less told me, you're a big kid, you can take care of yourself. So that's what I did do. I did take care of myself. And one day I was making a lamp for, let me back up. I mentioned to my father that these punks were bullying me, and he says, well, the only thing I can tell you is don't complain about it, do something about it. If the teacher don't want to do anything about it, there's 3 bullies, take the big one down, and whatever you do, make sure he don't get up. He said, if there's 3, go for the biggest one, do what you have to do, and take him out of the picture, get him down, and do whatever you have to do to make sure he doesn't get up. Because if he gets up, you're in serious trouble. Once you knock him down, the other 2 are going to run like scaredy cats. So that's what had happened. The biggest kid took a lamp that I had been making for my mother and father on a lathe and smashed it on the table and broke it in half. When he did that, I kicked him in the groin, and when he bent down, I punched him in the face and I knocked him. He went out cold on the floor and he never got up. And I picked up the tool that you grind the knife with, and I looked at the other 2 kids in the eye and I said, who's next? Who's next? I says, come on. I says, the next one coming at me is going to get this right through them. And I says, and they ran like scaredy cats. I got suspended from the school. And then when we went before the principal and the teacher, I had went and complained about it, and they did nothing about it. Those 3 kids were transferred out of school. I never saw them again. I still haven't seen them to this day in life. So my advice to everyone, if you're being bullied, take out the big person. You do what you have to do. If you have to pick a chair up and smash him over the head with it, you do that. And guess what? You won't be bullied anymore. And I says, because that will travel throughout the school. Don't frig with Charlie Driver, or you'll suffer the consequences.
What did your father say?
My father gave me a pat on the back, and he says, lesson learned. He says, the trick is make sure that person doesn't get up when they go down. Do what you have to make that person, you hurt them as much as you have to, that they do not get up. And it worked.
Is there any reason why, when you're telling the story, you had to back up and add that piece about your father? Is that deceptive?
Well, no, it's not deceptive, but I remember complaining to the teacher, and then myself, I'm saying I can't take that. I'm not gonna put up with this, because it's only gonna get worse. And what I'm trying to do, make something for my mother and father as a surprise in my woodworking shop, and these punks are gonna destroy it. It got to a point where I did everything I could by the teacher and by my father. What would be my next step to do? How should I address this? And when the teacher refused to do anything about it, saying I'm a big boy, I can take care of myself, which I did. And my father gave me the advice that to take them out. And the teacher told you, you're a big boy. He didn't want to do anything about it, so you do something about it, which I did.